No, what's her birthday?
Ziggy is, I'm going to say she's 2.5, so whenever that is.
Half a year away from now. We're in March. 6, take away. So could she be a Sagittarius?
Let's say she's a Sagittarius.
Okay.
So hello everyone. This is Ziggy. Ziggy, smile for the camera. Have some manners. Have some manners. She's definitely a Sagittarius.
So you don't care.
Letting it all hang out.
Yeah.
And Ziggy's personal astrologer is with us today, Mary Carlson, also known as Queen Mary.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
This is a way to promote our community, world community, and Mary is a renowned international astrologer.
Only in my mind.
As of right now.
Only in my mind.
That's okay. Your mind and our mind, we're all going to get it.
We're all one.
We're all one.
It's all unity.
Unity field, unified field. And so Mary and I were just chatting, and I asked her, I'm going to ask her again on the video, what type of chart is her favorite to do. So Mary, what type of chart is your favorite to do? We're talking about astrological chart.
All right. Well, I love to start with the natal chart. So I get to see where the planets were the moment you drew your first breath. So that is your cosmic blueprint. It's different than anybody else's. And yeah, we have a Sagittarius here who just doesn't care. Showing you her thighs because Sagittarius rules the thigh.
Yeah.
She
just have surgery, so that she's it's not
We'll forget
she's just
her for
we'll
that.
just
And then then people can ask questions. I can give you where do your talents lie? How do you communicate? What do you love? Why do you love? How do you love? Did your parents get along? I mean, that's going to show in the chart. Siblings, how you think of philosophy, religion, foreign. Every house has a different interest in it. And even though you may not have planets in each and every house, you will have an influence because it occurs for all of us. So, and then I like to look at your past life. And then I like to look at the path of your soul. And she's just not going to quit. And I think like most everybody who's interested in astrology, you probably started at Linda Goodman's Sun Signs. And it just goes on from there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what other type of charts even exist besides natal charts?
Well, you look at progressions and transits. So transits are how the planets are moving around all of us right now. And how does it affect our natal planets? How do they communicate with each other? Because the planets talk to each other. They each have their own personality. And I like to hear what they have to say. How do they talk?
Mm-hmm. So this would be something you could get for like a baby. It would be an
it's
amazing,
really fun to do a baby.
if people just had a child, that would be a great gift.
It's an awesome gift, because that way you kind of have a little preview of what your kid's going to be like. Is it going to be ants in the pants or is it going to be a dreamer?
Mm-hmm.
And that way you can I wish I would have known that about my children.
Yeah.
Because it would have saved me a lot of grief.
Right.
Of trying to figure out or trying to make them into somebody who perhaps they were not,
Yeah.
So,
guides you. Helps guide you.
Yeah, it really does guide you. And it gives you permission to be yourself.
Wonderful.
Because so often we're critical of ourselves and then you get your chart done and you go, oh my gosh, no wonder I cry all the time. I have so many planets in water.
Yeah.
Or no wonder I'm so quiet. I'm a super duper Scorpio. Or,
right.
I don't trust anybody. Or, whatever it is, it gives you permission to be you.
Good. And so I've heard a lot about things like people's Saturn return or that type of thing. So is that happens for everybody, correct?
Happens for everybody. And Saturn is the timekeeper of the universe. So when he comes around to the same place he was when you were born, there's generally something impactful that happens to you. And then when you have your second Saturn return, it takes him about 29 years to go around the zodiac. So when you have your second one between the ages of 58 and 60, that's important too.
It's like a midlife crisis.
Well, 50 kind of is a midlife crisis when, another asteroid becomes activated. But anyway, we don't need to go into all that. But Saturn, yeah, definitely. It can be midlife, or that's when we perhaps begin to advise the younger generation. We've been through, we've got some wisdom now. Or it's like, maybe I want a different career.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to think about my retirement. And then if you're lucky enough to have your third one, which most of us I think will, at age about 84, boy, that is great wisdom. And we can begin to pass that down. Saturn returns are important. Chiron, the wounded healer, that's super important. Well, there's just so much in a chart.
And then you can also do chart, like your chart with your partner's chart, or your
synastry.
Like your major crush's chart. See if you're compatible.
See if you're compatible. You can do astrocartography. Where's a good place for you to live?
Ooh.
Where's a good place to vacation? Stuff like that. You can look at all of that. I mean, it's amazing what you can do with astrology.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And then just give us your take on astrologically what is happening now in the world. Well, I don't know what she's doing now.
Well, we just came out of Pisces. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It rules the 12th house, the last house of the zodiac, which is the house of loss, hospitalization, the imprisoned, and it is ruled by Neptune, which dissolves boundaries, and it also rules viruses. So we knew something big was coming. All the astrologers had been talking about 2020. We knew something big was coming. We knew that our structures were crumbling. We didn't know quite what it was.
Right.
But now we know. We didn't know it was the virus.
Yeah.
And this is something that we basically can't control.
Yeah.
It dissolves boundaries.
Yeah.
It doesn't know any borders. So interesting. But now, as we have entered into Aries, ruled by Mars, this is all about the individual. And Mars is action. It's the warrior. It's courageous. It can be angry. So we'll see what happens now. We have entered into a new sign, into a fire sign, and we were just in water, so we were kind of floating around, not knowing what we're doing. So now it's time to take action. All of us.
Okay.
We need to take action. And where does that fall in your chart?
Yeah.
It's different for everybody.
Okay. So when we have this great pause given to us by the universe, this would be an incredible time to get insight as to how that is encouraging you to change and update your life.
Right, because where the grand conjunction was, this thing that everybody's been talking about, where did it fall in your chart?
Yeah.
Where do you need to change the story? And all of this comes back to some eclipses, Eclipses cause chaos.
Right.
And right now we're talking about the eclipse from December.
Okay.
So, yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on that your chart will tell you, and your progressions. Where's your progressed moon? That's where am I emotionally right now?
Right.
Not the same place I was when I was born. That changes every 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So, when we run into these changes in our life, again, it just gives you permission to be you.
And Ziggy's she's living her best life.
Yeah. She has permission to be her.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Queen Mary.
Thank you.
I will add the contact info for Mary onto below this link.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
And I don't